And we are back. DreadLore is back, and we are playing Into Space. We just took a break. We have Philby Newman, Skip Trace. We had Katrina Telmus, and Burgess, and Cherokee Sue, and our Arbiter 2. Thank you to all lowercase letters.
Lowercase.
For music, and Mr. Interrupt, also for music. Thank you to our Patreons, Nostalgic, Natalia Cline, Tim Roberts, Daniel Holker. Thank you to Couchfire Media for media production. Thanks to our replay, whatever. Thank you to our sponsor, Fried Golf Balls.
Fried Golf Balls.
And what else were we going to do?
That's it.
You nailed it.
We're back. We're back on round 2. It is, in fact, the player turn. So, Dolby, you're trying to lie to the cyborg who just made a deal with, who clearly has a thing between Vesper and Gostrom. Did you guys describe to Cherokee what in the hell that means?
Well, he didn't like lies. I mean, I know that he can lie, but I've got some ideas.
Okay, so if you all don't know the big lore drop that I just gave, you can use your trades and your pips and your all the whatnot to find out. So Dolby,
I'm gonna.
He's pissed. Cherokee, you can tell he's like emotionally pissed.
I'm gonna
like as
bid
in like
my new
something deep down.
My new trait, charming.
Okay.
I'm turning on the charm. I'm turning on the ham.
All right. I want to give this perspective. I want to give it perspective.
Yeah.
You just went to a bar mitzvah, and you were like, "I'm a Nazi."
Yeah.
Okay. Now, put on the charm. But a new Nazi, a new kind of Nazi.
Yeah, no, we're the new Nazis. No, I mean, Nazi. So okay, listen to me just for a second. Do you want do you want cobalt or no? Because this is where we are. You got to let go. I don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. I'm charming as fuck.
I don't think that's charming. That's more just ultimatum-y.
No, I mean, but I mean, you want to come back to the planet. You want to swim in the cobalt. You like the cobalt. You need the cobalt. I understand that you need the cobalt. Yeah, maybe we can sweeten the deal. You know, I'm just using the resources that I have at my disposal. You know what? I got more resources. If you want some more resources, I'll give you some more resources.
All right, throw down. Here's the threshold. It is extreme. Okay?
Good.
Extreme threshold. It is threshold 8.
Nice.
Extremely difficult.
I understand that. So
but
I don't have my grace.
Here's the stakes. If you can beat it, then you convince Alabast to get over himself for right now.
I might need some help.
I'm gonna use elite. And I'm going to essentially kind of throw my weight around politically to have Alabast understand that. Okay, so here's the deal. We don't have an option, and other than sending Vesper, and this is an opportunity for Vesper to save us all and prove to you that he is not a total POS. Now, mainly because we don't have an intercept angle. So, understanding that this is not an ideal situation, because typically we wouldn't want to lean on Vesper either. And we wouldn't be doing this if there was another option. So in the best interest of everyone involved.
In the Vesper interest. I'm sorry. What? No. In the interest of. I'm not going to call on you all. If you want to say something, say it. Continue.
No. Table talk. You can tell them that this is the dying embers of Vesper.
I was actually going to circle around to that. I didn't know if it'd make him feel better or not. Okay. So,
can I give you some? I'm going to give you a hint really quick.
Sure.
Right now, you mentioning that Vesper was going to save them makes it a threshold 9.
Oh shit.
However, circling back around, it's the right move. Cherokee, having bit fly on the wall, Alabast hates Vesper. Hates him.
But he's flying his ship.
Maybe more than he loves his life.
It is
Hates him. That's the thing you get.
Vesper has died. We're just using essences of his code.
Keep on going, Cherokee. And
okay,
this is between you two.
All right. So when I say that Vesper is our last option, let me clarify. It's that we're using remnants of Vesper's code. Vesper is dead. He died a terrible, horrific death. And what's great about it is we had to make a decision between him and somebody else, and the person that made the decision didn't even have to think about it. So I don't know if that makes you feel any better at all, but Vesper died with no afterthought on our end.
Cherokee and Dolby, how are you two playing off each other? Because Cherokee, you're speaking sense. Dolby's putting on the charm. This is a duet. You guys got to convince this dude.
All right, we need to harmonize.
We are, we just spent a lot of time, working out a deal in Armistice. I mean, this is some really, really good cobalt that you got. You lose that factory, you got to find somewhere else. There's an Ansible on this planet, so I don't think it really needs a second thought. I'm going to bid my second trait, Rethink, to activate my authoritarian presence.
That is a proper usage of that ability. Okay, so authoritarian presence, you're doing Rethink. That's giving you bonuses, right?
Yep.
Okay, so threshold was 8, went up to 9, back down to 8 since you caught yourself. Good point, Cherokee, down to 7. Good point, Dolby, down to 6. Threshold is 6.
I'm at 4 right now.
Okay, he's a 4.
So
as you
can
can
suggest
see,
a deal where we give Vesper's last. 'Cause if I'm counting correctly, Vesper only has one more use after.
And
that's correct.
I would say if you want Alabaster, I can give you the code to the last remnants of Vesper, and you can do with what you want.
I'm gonna give Dolby, I'm going for a high five right now. Like awkward as hell in the middle of this conversation.
It's not.
I'm like, come on, baby.
Not a high five.
No?
Wrong moment, Cherokee. I put you in charge of HR for a reason. We're supposed to be empathetic.
As Dolby leaves you hanging, Cherokee, you gain a trait. Left hanging.
The betrayal.
I do turn my back and put my my hand behind my back.
like a little low five.
Little low five.
You low five it. As Alabasta, you saying that, you see he's really struggling. Even his people are like looking at him as he looks up at you. Finally, Dolby, you offering Vesper's remnant. He holds out his hand. You would expect him to be sweating, but he's not. He just has a stern glare. A stern glare. If you give him to me, I will agree.
Done.
So you do it?
Yeah. Silas?
Yep.
Yeah, whatever Silas has.
I mean, yeah, I think that this is the best compromise for everybody.
Yeah.
As you see, like the little image of code in Alabast's hand as he like consumes it or something like Darth Vader.
Oh, I gotta mark Vesper all the way off. Little dude.
Vesper's still in your head, Dolby, because he doesn't know what you just did. Dolby, I'm almost there. I've almost connected to the warhead. Will this save lives, Dolby?
It'll save a lot of Axminster lives. They will get cobalt. Gostrom will get cobalt.
You'll be a hero. I interject.
Be a hero.
You know,
I'm like doing this behind. I'm doing this behind my back.
Every so often, I have a player who sets up the situation perfectly, and then just says that one last thing that just. It's like you're at the bar mitzvah, and you're like, "This is great," and they're like, "You're in the family." And you're like, "I'm a Nazi." You just.
Sorry.
As you tell Vesper that he's going to save lots of Axminster lives.
Oh, I mean, you know, not Axminster, but, you know, whatever the lives are for the... I said Gostrom. I knew he was friends with Gostrom.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. Wasn't that his friend? Am I wrong about that? Because if I'm wrong about that...
Well, what it is that you all you haven't found out the real relationship.
Yeah.
This is what we'll do.
Yeah. Can I spend a pip saying that I didn't say that?
No, you don't need it. Nope. We're going to go around. We're going to name parts of this narrative of what happens. Vesper shuts down, or takes control, I should say, of that nuke. Hearing what you've said, Dolby. It almost sounds like crying in your head.
Make me understand. What do you want? How can I change this to make it work for you?
Dolby, have you maybe even in your guys' comms, you hear Vesper's voice now, all of you. Dolby, as he puts it on speakerphone. Have you been speaking with Alabast?
Yeah. Give me something on him. I'll get him.
It's sort of quiet. All right. First part of the narrative. Cherokee. Tell us, what do we see as Vesper takes control of this warhead and what happens and all that good stuff?
Okay. So what looked like a super calculated trajectory that's like, pinpoint. You see like all the blinking lights and all that stuff. It just starts, fading and then just dies. And then the trajectory starts slowly dying into more of it.
Now, as Vesper continues, Gostrom and I were close.
How close? What do you want? What do you want me to do? This is your last wish. Tell me what you need.
We were one. It's difficult to explain to someone in the flesh.
Yeah. I'm gonna
touch tips. It's cool.
I'm gonna bid a new trait. Can I bid a new trait?
What's the next part? No. We're going through this. You have to deal with the consequences of your action.
It's a perfect trait, though.
Yeah, traits.
So as the nuke is speeding off and it started to deactivate, you can tell that there's more to it than that. It's not that it's just deactivating. It's slowly, as if its systems are shutting down, and it's kind of giving up.
It's a limp nuke. We were very close, Dolby, Gostrom and I. But Alabast wanted Gostrom for himself. So I left.
I misjudged you. I wish we had more time.
Burgess, what's the next part of this?
Vesper. Dies.
As you see in the nuke, this final sort of moment as the intelligence is gone, the past programming is just that's all that's left in the nuke of Vesper, so there's no intelligence left. It's just going to do the mission that it's sent on.
The nuke turns around and displays a screen that you're not familiar with, and it is blue. Yes.
Just a frowny face.
It's blue. It's a blue screen.
As the nuke
News failure.
duds next to the refinery, like into like the gatehouse, blows it all to hell just from the kinetic force. Anything left to say, Dolby?
What do you want?
To Vesper?
Anything you want. Nate, give me one task.
All I wanted was for Gostrom to be safe. She is ascended. She is glorious. She is enlightened.
Well, if I can do anything, you just saved her life for one. So congratulations for you. And I will do my best. Thank you.
Dolby.
She is,
Go on.
she is my
You get a narrative point for that. Oh, you heartless bastards. Dolby, you have the last piece of the puzzle. How does this end?
Well, it seems like the nuke hits, and it might destroy a good amount, just like a regular heavy item when it hits, you know, an area. It probably takes down some nodes and some, you know, heater stuff, and it might take you know, a few weeks to fix, but it doesn't explode it, and it doesn't take all the cobalt that's sitting there with it.
Yep. As that is what happens. All right. The rest of the players.
Yep.
You're getting shot at.
As I'm flying away from the two.
You've busted one nut. You have one left.
Yeah. I am going to unload. I can use two is better than one with the Vulcan gun, can
I? No, you only have one Vulcan gun.
Well, two is better than one gives me two sets of shots.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I thought it's still just one gun.
Yes, yeah. You take two bursts. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do that and try and hit both of these ships that are here, because I know the other one's not on my way. Yeah.
As you let them rip.
Okay.
You rip these nuts.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just disappointed that Cherokee Sue earlier didn't want to say he wanted to support these nuts. He had to say support. What was the name of the ship?
Yeah. No, I did that on purpose. I was like,
I know.
The ballast. I was gonna say, I mean, Lance Armstrong, he won with the Tour de France.
Yeah.
So, Dolby, roll me a d10. Cherokee, roll me a d10. Burgess, roll me a d10. Skip, what'd you get?
I'm not done yet.
Well,
because I'm going like shite.
I got 2. I got 0 successes.
Is the line underneath the number a 6 or a 9?
What?
It's underneath
It
both,
depends
right?
on which side it's under. It depends on which side it's under.
It's under
It
the
is
9
it is under
and the
the
6.
number.
Both. It's under both.
Well, it landed like this, like.
The
I don't know.
The line means the bottom.
It's the bottom.
Okay, so it's a 6.
Wonder why I put that there.
Because it's a dick.
I'm gonna have to burn these dice.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Dice are pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Gnats are okay. They're hard to kill. Get it?
Well, yeah, I presume that you made gnats when you moved into your place, but I think you wrote that long before. Long before.
Well, the idea is they're annoying.
Yeah.
And that's why they're called gnats. I'm funny.
I'm funny, see?
I'm funny. In the future, they're called gnats. No one thinks that's funny.
Well, I think it's funny. I mean, it's...
Well, I mean, the G is silent. I just, like, they wouldn't know. It was so literal to me that I didn't take it as a joke because I was thinking of myself, like, you know, like Fallout style. I'm like, they would have no fucking idea that the G is silent. They would just read it as it is.
Yeah.
So,
it's
right now I'm at 5.
Okay. So Ken, what'd you get on your first roll?
2.
Okay, and Jazzy?
6.
What'd you get on your first roll? 6. So, threshold on the first one is 4.
Oh, you
no,
got
I'm
it.
sorry. Yeah, it's 4. So you damage the first one. Roll thy damage.
Rolled.
Actually, before you roll damage, let's do the second one.
Okay.
DreadLore, you don't need to roll to win, but you do need to roll to hit. I've actually been working on an adaptation for a card game for DreadLore.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that idea. Plus, you get to sell that.
What is that game?
Magic? Pokemon? I don't know.
No,
else.
it'd just be a way to play.
The one where
Cards.
something on where you have, like, you know, the item cards and you know
Okay.
like it's essentially like.
What'd you get?
Sorry, I've got to roll the 6, the chaos die, or the. I messed up on that. Oops.
Oh,
the first time round.
I think that is a travesty and a terror.
Okay,
right,
so on that one.
Hulker roll a
I got
d10.
6
Jazzy
on
roll a
that one.
d10.
I already rolled the first one. Do you want to know what that is?
Oh yeah, what is it?
7.
Okay, Jazzy.
A 1.
All right. Threshold is 4 on the second one.
Okay, so I passed it on both of them.
Yep. And how much did you pass it by? Remember that is extra damage.
Oh, on that, on the first one it was just 1,
Yep.
but on the second one it was by 3.
Yep. So that's extra damage. So
yeah.
Go ahead and roll thy damage.
So that's 7 on the first one.
Jazzy, roll me a d4. Holker, roll me a d4.
That's 8 on the second one.
Ken, roll me 2d4.
2d4.
Nice. Okay.
2d4.
I expect that I'm going to roll 2 1s, but, you know, I didn't.
Jazzy. Okay, so and how much damage on the first one, Drizzle?
The 7 on the second one, and it was 5 on the. Was it 5 or 6 on the first one?
Let's call it 6.
6.
Yep. And what'd you get, Ken?
I got 1 success.
No, just the numbers.
Oh, I got 7.
Okay. Skip, as you lay into them with your Vulcan cannon, and then moving over to the next one, they're close enough to where you're hitting their cockpit windshield. As you see their shields ripple, wub, 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 absorbing the damage, deflecting the bolts as they're flying in all direction. You see the shields fluctuating as they veer off and fly past you, buffeting your ship, buffeting these nuts to the left and right, slapping each other, whap, whap, whap. Come on! Whoop, 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 whoop. As you have damaged their shields buckled. They fly past.
Okay. Are they making rounds to return?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then I will spin my gun around to shoot at them as they fly back, because that's my player action.
Anyone else taking a turn?
Yeah.
Who has not taken a turn?
No. There's only one of us.
I used my turn already, I think.
I think there's just one of us.
Boygus, what are you doing? Burgess.
What?
You doing anything?
No, just hunkering down.
Top of the round. The clad ship moves out of the shield. You feel the strain in your knees as you're gaining elevation or altitude quickly. And then the inertial dampeners kick in and ease it up, thank God, as you're experiencing a couple G's there for a second. As you make it into orbit and you feel your organs and everything, you feel the release of gravity. The gnats buzz past you, Skip. You see the clad ship like a metallic mushroom, flying into the air, becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And you'll see it as you still see it as it becomes like, a speck, but you can just barely see it up there as your entire crew just left planet. Save Archangel, who you don't know where he is. Maybe he's on the mushroom, who knows. Everyone but Dole, as you're like, yeah, man! And these 3 fighter pilots trying to kill you. As you're pretty far away. Here's the question. Can Katrina still fly your ship?
Oh, no.
It's technically it is on autopilot.
It's on line of sight. It's line of sight. If we can have what is it? Starlink. I mean, they got it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but it's like a video game she's playing in her head. Like just like This is setting a precedent that Katrina can do some pretty amazing shit.
Yeah, but she's doing it through the clad technology.
Wait,
so maybe she
here's
can
what-
do
She's not
better.
doing it through the clad technology.
Oh, she's not.
As-
I
No,
thought-
she's doing it through a neural link.
Mathematics. So the big caveat here is that she has to have clearance to be able to fly any of our ships. Like,
What I'm saying is she could be in orbit of a planet and take control of ships on the surface.
No, what I'm saying is that she's got to be
That's
jacked
a precedent.
she's got to be jacked into the clad
would you
ship
please
to do
stop
this.
hitting the camera?
Like she needs access.
mean-
like she had access. She jacked into the clad ship early
We
on.
gave her access, like by letting her. It was not her hacking in. It was me handing control over.
No,
But
what
it was wireless.
What I'm saying
Yeah,
is
it
that
was wireless.
the clad, she was communicating with the clad on their ship. So it's actually the clad. It's going through their Wi-Fi. It's going through their.
I don't believe that's what she was doing.
Oh, you
She
don't
said that
think so?
she used her Neuralink
Okay.
Yeah.
to connect directly to
Oh,
these nuts.
You might be
and-
right. I feel like
And Skip modified it and said, okay, you can have it. Basically, Skip turned off the security protocol
Yeah.
and said she has authorization to take control of the ship remotely.
I think that.
Like, this has nothing to do with the clad.
Yeah, I think that she would need a booster.
So this is what I'm saying. If we set this precedent, what it means is if she has some espionage,
No,
for example, if she spins a pip and
I don't-
says, I have a spike in a ship
I don't think
on
you
a
understand.
planet, she can do it remotely from atmosphere,
Yeah. No, I don't think
from
she
orbit.
can. I don't think
So
she
she
can.
could take control of a
Nope.
cruiser,
Nope.
fly it around with her brain.
She didn't have
As
that. She didn't have that. She can't
Right.
go for endless amount of space and
Okay.
time. I understand what you're saying. I thought
Look,
she
this
was.
is what I was saying
No,
before.
let
This
me
is a
finish. Please let me
screen share
finish. Just let
technology.
me finish talking.
Okay,
What
go
I was
ahead,
saying, what I was saying is I thought that she was jacked into the clad ship, that she had access, and that she was communicating directly because she was communicating directly with Alabaster without talking, so that
Correct.
she
Through her
was
Neuralink.
linked in through a Neuralink, and that for me to the way I kind of pictured it, and I would love to spend a narrative point, is that she never left. She's still in there.
She is.
And connected with the ship, and she's using the clad ships, communication relays
So,
to boost the signal.
okay.
I think it's better if we just say that as I see the ship going out, these nuts starts to falter.
Okay.
And I will get out of the gunner and run up and grab pilot.
All viable solutions.
Yeah.
Jazzy, what were you saying?
So I was saying that this is like more so a screen share technology. So it's like when you call the IT department and you say, I don't know how to fix this problem. And
Remote
they have
access.
to have explicit,
Right.
they have to have explicit permissions to be able to access it remotely. So yeah, like what I'm saying is that all the ships are based on an access code, and that's based on set clearances and all kinds of parameters.
I dig. Okay. It's good. It's a good precedent. This is the thing. I'm hammering this because the implications
Down the line.
outside of this situation are
Sure.
great.
Sure.
And we have to be consistent or else it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So to address what you're saying, Ken, it's okay to do that. What you're saying, the thing is that I know she specifically was using her Neuralink directly to these nuts.
Yeah.
And she was talking with her Neuralink to Alabast,
Right.
not through the clad technology.
So it was a direct connection. I mean, then it, like, I don't understand how they can have that communication. I mean, at a certain point,
I do remember her.
when you're on an intercom or like a walkie-talkie, you run out of range.
Right. So that's it. Is how long is that range? Is it bouncing through the quote unquote network?
Yeah.
Is she using some other thing? If she was here,
20 miles or something. I mean, why not?
Yeah. If she were here, I would say we could, even with it, we could bid that it's a certain thing, but there's got to be a limitation on that, because otherwise the bad guys are going to be doing this all over the day. I mean, literally all of the clad can just do this. Like, come on, right?
I thought she did plug into booster signal though. Like I thought she was physically plugged into the ship to be able to boost her distance.
Yeah.
If she did,
I could be making this up, but I thought she did.
Yeah,
she did. I mean, if both of you heard it, then
I thought she was plugged into the ship as well. And
because that's when she was doing the whole like negotiating with them in the beginning behind our backs and stuff that we didn't know about. It was like that's how she was doing all of that. Now I could be making this up. I could have swore that's what I thought. Or
I'm cool with any of it. If she's going through the clad ship, there's a reason. That's fine.
Sure.
If we're saying that she's not and Skip's doing this thing, I'm cool either way.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
I don't.
What I'm proposing by saying that is that she has to be plugged into an interface to booster signal enough, and she also has to have permissions to be able to screen share or remote access.
Yeah, line of sight. Yeah.
Line of sight, so to kind of limit the ability. So, like, yes, this is a powerful ability, but it requires 1, a ton of bandwidth, 2, very explicit permissions, and 3, you have to be jacked into something that has enough output that you can boost your signal.
Yeah.
So I like Dolby and Cherokee's fix there. So my question is, you guys going to do a narrative point to have that's what it is, or Skip, is it what you just said?
I'll use a narrative point to give her because she was in the system. I mean, like we both thought she was in the system. That's why I thought it worked. I think if it's just her, if you go back to precedent, like if you look at her drone had a very limited amount of space. So like she can only go, as far as her drone could have gone. Right. Without the uplink.
It's a good point. Where is that drone?
It's destroyed.
She blew it up.
Oh, did it get destroyed?
Basically.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so go on.
I gotta go.
Holker, thank you for joining, man.
All right. See y'all later.
Absolutely.
And
thank you for our golf balls and Burgess.
No problem.
Okay. So Skip, what's the story?
Hey, well, they spent the narrative point, so she does still have control, but it's starting to get faulty. So it is not. A
little sluggish.
Yeah, like all of a sudden, like it'll dip or swerve, and it's not 100%. I can tell that. Seeing the ship, because I spun the thing around to watch the guys go past me, and I could see the ship going.
So this is the world action. So we've set the precedent for she can jack in long range, but it's not nearly as good. Closer she is, the more line of sight she has. That's what she needs.
Yeah, it's
and
laggy.
Permissions.
I'll go with laggy.
She's got lag.
Yep.
So
there's some frame droppage. Turns
out that the clad uses CrowdStrike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
Yeah, not great.
How close am I to the shield?
Oh, you're very close.
At this point.
Yep.
At this point.
But it is the bad guy's turn.
Yeah.
Unless
I'm going to spend cunning.
Oh, you're dropping cunning. Okay.
Yes. So I am going to. So I'm assuming they had to buffer around the shield to come back at me.
No, they go past you and are circling this way. So they're traveling towards the shield now, away from it to come back at you.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, so they're splitting off on each side of the shield, so I could slide in between.
Yeah,
and go into
go in between the butt cheeks that they're creating, but there's a third one coming up your pooper.
Okay. I am going to
all nautical terms, by the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm spinning my cunning, and I'm going to use heroic, because you are going to see me jump out of
the plane.
Out of the gunner's seat. Out of the gunner's seat, and literally book it to the controls, because the controls are
floor down and to the left.
Yeah. So like it literally is me to get in there, and because it's still going here. And
you see Dole on his crutches, he's like, go get him. Gives you a thumbs up.
He's still strapped to the bed, like with some of the vomit wiped off him.
His eyes are very red.
On his sweater. A little bit of vomit on his sweater.
Yeah. And I will get to the controls and try to take control and weave it into the shield and around. And I'm going to stay down where the buildings are and try to, I'm going to try to.
All right. What do you bid?
Heroic was what I bid to do.
Oh, I love it. And you heroically pull the and we follow the ship. We follow D's nuts as you zip in and out like a Lucas movie.
As it goes straight to the gaping hole of the shield.
Right, into the gaping hole of the shield. You plunge your D's nuts. In you go heroically. Go ahead and throw down. This threshold will decide, 1, if you hit anything, and 2, if they hit you.
Okay.
Jazzy, would you roll me 2d10? Ken, would you roll me 2d10?
No shit.
As they pursue.
I'm just gonna burn these dice. That's what I'm gonna do.
Don't. Well, you can always just burn breath and just forget about it. You know.
Just burn breath, man.
Just burn
it.
Some breath.
I keep finding 12, so this is taking me a second.
Dodecahedrons, please.
I got 1.
1? That's not very good.
1 success.
1 success?
Yeah.
On 2d10?
Yeah, I got a 2 and a 6.
Damn!
So right now I'm at 5.
Okay. As you swing by, one of the buildings is a little too close. As you boom, the third floor is like, it's your shields. Ripple. You hear Dole go, "Oh, I was really close."
Do you want me to? Can I spend proficiency to re-roll the 2 to help?
Of course.
Him? Is that fair?
It doesn't help.
So
him.
I got an 8 and a 6.
Oh, it doesn't help him. I'm rolling for the bad
You're rolling
guys.
for the bad guy.
Okay.
What?
Oh, wait. We're the bad guy guys?
You
Yeah,
can
we're
add
the
the
bad guys.
you
Are we the bad guys?
Right.
Yeah, we're the bad
You need
guys.
new dies, Bubba. Like, I don't know what else to say.
No, it just knows. It knows. It knows that I'm helping my team out.
That's so fucking funny.
Now, how many successes do you got, Jazzy?
2. So a 6 and a 6.
Okay. And Ken?
6. I just have 1.
Okay.
So I'm doing better than you are.
Yep.
So the third ship plunges in. 2, so 5. As it slams into a building 2, following you. It does so. It shoots one of its missiles at you, Skip. What's your threshold? What you roll?
On that one, it was 5.
Okay. And Ken, you got 1. As it gets a 4 to your 5, as you see the missile soon fly into the city. See where it hits. Tell me high or low. And will you roll a d12, Jazzy? Since you got a bunch of dodecahedrons. Well, don't tell me. Tell me high or low, Skip.
Oh, well, I saw so low.
Well, yeah.
I'll roll again. I didn't realize. Also, like you've been asking for the roll, so I just instinctually just said it. I don't, not even realizing what I did. So
I'm going to say hi.
Call it and then I'll roll. Thank you.
Hi this time.
See what that is. A 6. Am I Satan? That's the third time I've rolled 6 in a row.
We can only hope.
Yeah, 6 is actually low. So, as the rocket can roll me d12. Drizzle, call high or low. So it's gonna hit a place you don't want it to.
Low.
We're gonna find out how bad it is. Low.
So would 7 technically be high? Because 6 is the middle. Okay,
Yeah,
I was curious how that works.
Yeah.
Do you want me to spend another proficiency?
What'd you roll?
I didn't roll low.
That means it's not it. It's up to you guys.
I mean, I can spend a proficiency if you want.
Hey, why don't I spend one just to prevent this from happening at all?
Okay.
Nope. We can't do that. We gotta sit with consequences.
No, it's happening.
All right.
So
As you.
But
Where's
I mean, a
we've
proficiency to re-roll.
Yeah, you could re-roll if you want to drop proficiency.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, do it.
Do you want to call it again, or do you have to stick to low?
Call it again.
I'm going to stick with low.
Nope. I rolled higher.
All right. As you see, this missile spinning past you. Woo! As you see it, it's going towards the Capitol. Kind of goes off. Guidance systems to the greasy axle bar.
Oh
You
no!
see William shaking a margarita as it spins around and it goes to the factory.
Oh no! The factory's outside of the city, though.
No, the refinery is outside the city. The factory is well inside the city, and it has
a lot of
some
people
cobalt in it.
It's
And
got
a lot of people too. And a lot of people.
Well,
I mean, I'm
the
surprised
people
nobody
would have
else wants to
evacuated.
spend
Oh yeah, the people were
proficiency.
evacuated. The people were evacuated to the refinery and then taken to the clad ship.
I mean,
I offered to use a proficiency, but it was too late.
no, it's not too late. You can still do it.
Well, he can't retroactively change your rolls, so we moved past that moment.
Yeah.
So we can't be like, oh, there wasn't a nuke because I'm going to spend it. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Like once it's set,
Right,
it's
right.
set.
All right.
So
So
it
what
needs
if
to be in the moment.
okay. What if
You
I
could
used a
spend-
pip
Okay.
to say that the factory preemptively set up like really big ass barriers, like essentially bomb walls?
No, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? They have a shield wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their shield wall wasn't very
that
good.
doesn't mean that you wouldn't be prepared for a ground attack. These
All
are
right, guys.
literal
Let's set up
Marines.
some walls around the building. No, that doesn't make any sense. Something else, maybe.
Well, I mean, like I'm thinking more so like the things that you see that like lift up, like it's like on the hydraulics. It's like, like just literally fucking, like it's literally just a sheet of metal, like nothing
Rackets that hit
fancy.
down. No, I don't think that's what they would have. I don't think that makes sense. Something else?
During my turn, I would like to radio asterisk.
So this turn
Can
is the
I-
cunning round.
Yeah,
and
I would like
we're
to spend
dealing
cunning.
with consequences
Can
of
I-
yeah. We
I would
can.
like-
We gotta deal with this. We hold.
Oh no, I got it. All right, it's not my turn.
Hold. Everyone. I just want to accomplish this task, and then we can move on. But we've got to accomplish this one.
Can I spend a narrative point to say that in the grounds of the factory was a small stash of cobalt. And so instead of it hitting the factory itself, because it's kind of heat-seeking, it headed towards that stash of cobalt and exploded it. So there's the explosion inside the factory, like, areas, but not directly on the factory itself. So the factory does get damaged because there's a cobalt explosion, but it's not crashing into the factory.
Yes, you can have that happen.
Okay.
It's less damage.
Yeah.
But you're exploding a bunch of cobalt.
Yeah, it's not great.
What if they reinforce the storage room?
Yeah.
Is it what if
Okay,
before...
then I will retract my narrative point, and it just hits the factory.
What if they reinforce the storage room for the cobalt? What if I used a pip for that?
That I'll dig. I think it makes sense that if you're gonna store combustible shit, to put it in something that is armored. That makes sense. Yeah. Now, if you want to drop the narrative point to say where it hits, for example, not the cobalt, that would be good.
Sure. Yeah, because I'm definitely trying to mitigate damage, like as much damage as possible. So would the pit be for the reinforcement of the storage area? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so then I'll use my pip for that.
And I'll spend a narrative point to say that that's where it hits, so it is deflected.
All right, so excellent. Setting a precedence, great. That means this is the way cobalt is stored. They're not stupid. Obviously, they're not going to put a bunch of explosives everywhere. All right.
They're just not going to store it out in the open like somebody else said.
How about we just hit the most explosive shit we have around? Is there anything else?
So, had you guys not done what you all just did, it would have been full of people, full of cobalt, and exploded a quarter of the city.
Yes!
Saving the day. Dolby, you spend cunning, it's your turn.
I'm going to do two things. I'm going to sit down in a chair. I'm going to pull out my sword and start cleaning it, maintaining it. And
you start cleaning the fucking shit out of your sword.
Yeah, it's only like this much clean.
I'm going to on the comms. I'm just going to click the button on Asterix. I don't know if you're still alive, but you got some unfriendlies coming in hot.
We're out
through the hole in the city. We're going into space, so
space.
We're on a mushroom ship. We're out. Bye.
Best of luck. Just a little heads up. I think they're trying to blow shit up in your city.
Literally had the entire party, save for Skip Trace, fucking pieced out.
What are we gonna do?
Like, this is such a microcosm. There's a fight going on. I mean, let the NPCs deal with it. Oh fuck! Sorry, Skip. Thanks for saving the ship. We're leaving your ship behind.
I told him he needed to get, to go into space. I said get into Atmo, and he's like, I'm gonna go into the city. Like,
Skip's doing the Lord's work down here. All right.
I was fighting. I was trying to get through.
All right, so Dolby, you spend cunning to clean your sword. And as Skip said, your sword's only like this big, so you're like cleaning off years old blood.
It's just like caked on there. Like all the grooves, even though you wiped it down, the grooves are still red anyway.
I hope you're still alive, buddy. Asterix, I hope you're still alive.
Yeah. Asterix says, yeah, we are. Where are you? We'll meet up at at the Capitol and take them on.
Help Skip. He's on Confucius'
He's on
ship.
these nuts.
He's on these nuts. Skip's on these nuts. That's where he is.
As Cherokee, you look over and you see Dolby sitting next to Burgess. He's talking to himself. And just down the way, on the edge, you see Katrina lean back, her eyes rolled in the back of her head, plugged into the fucking wall. Out the window, to the planet. It looks so peaceful from up here.
Peaceful. Big mushroom clouds.
Just explosions. Yeah. Right. So this is interesting. Do you spend cunning for any reason, Cherokee?
The only thing
I will remind you.
Case.
I'll remind you. Silas will pop in. Finally, since this is like round 3. So I have the plume cloud telemetry. Looks like it's going over the ocean, predominantly, down to the south where the settlement's blown up. It looks like that cruiser that was attacking us is about half an AU away now, meaning that you guys are about to face it.
Yeah.
So in other words, the plume is coming right at us.
No,
we're getting ready to engage a battleship.
Yeah, you're.
Oh wait, we're in space. I'm sorry. So remind me where the plume is hitting.
The plume, the radioactive plume, is being blown by the storm away from the city.
Oh, finally a break.
Yeah. There's a cyclone.
Oh,
yeah, a break.
He's like, you know.
Only what 100,000 people died. I mean, we'll call it a win. Some people lived.
There's a cruiser firing on the clad ship. Soon, they're locking their weapons. They're being hailed. People are running to and fro on the clad ship all around you. Obviously, they're going to battle stations and all kinds of stuff. You hear the familiar thrum of an engine, but it has something different. A very high-powered thrum, boom, 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 as something is powering up. Reminds you of a gravity drive. As Alabas turns, since it's the bad guy turn, unless Cherokee you're spending cunning, or yeah, unless you're spending cunning. Alabas says, we're going to have to jump away to evade this fight.
So, yikes. Okay. I will not do that.
It'll take a few moments before that happens. It'll take at least a round or two, depending on what they can do. So it won't happen this round, but they are thrumming up their gravity drive. Apparently they have one. That is their turn, and they're prepping for battle just in case. Likely next turn, this ship will jump. But you don't know. Your ship, it takes anywhere from 2 to 5 rounds. Usually it takes 2 rounds to get your gravity driving in gear.
Okay.
Well, Alabaster, do you have any escape pods? We should get back to the planet.
He turns. You want to take an escape pod?
Well, unless you have a better idea.
We
got business down there. We got to save our people.
We got unfinished business. Yeah, I'm with Dolby on this one. With the understanding that y'all have the capacity to return for us to negotiate once it settles down.
Yeah, return and we'll negotiate, and that'll be cool.
He nods. You can take a pod. There's also the experimental technology.
Oh, what is that?
Sounds spicy. I like it.
Let's Experiment.
Beam me down, Captain.
You got some. You got some transmatter teleporter.
We got some transmatter teleportation.
No, I think just a regular old escape pod's good for me.
We got it from them.
I don't know who they are, but
they call themselves the Krisk.
Yeah, I again
The Crisp.
don't know what a CRISPR is, but
So with the real truth, do I know something about this?
You bid it?
Well, I mean, it's one of my. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so it'll be
It's
player
one of those
turn.
passive situations. Yeah.
So it'll be player turn as you bid that. Well, on the up here it's player turn. Drizzle, we have some good for you, from fun for you. As you bid that, you have heard, Jazzi, in the conspiracy theory, there are such thing as aliens. And one of the names that people call them sound like the Krisk.
Interesting. So, like, something that I could potentially associate this with something that my ancestor spoke about.
Maybe.
Interesting. Interessante. Yeah, so would you mind setting us up with some medical supplies, a little bit of extra ammunition, and an escape pod?
I don't think we have time for that. I think we just need off this ship. We got to help our people.
He directs you. One of his attendants leads you as he says, in your comms as you're walking away. He's still doing stuff. He's not looking. He just kind of motions as he says, "Yes, and we will return once we've dropped off this cobalt."
Yeah, thank you for being good hosts, and I look forward to negotiations. I want to sign a trade deal with you, and I appreciate how you've been so diplomatic on our ship, or on your ship.
We progress towards peace for sure.
As you guys make it to this escape pod, it looks like an escape pod, sort of just a ball that has thrusters on it and some seats, jump seats. They put in two little, it looks like first aid kits, except they're metallic. And there's a box of, it looks like a munitions box, but it's the kind of munitions you haven't seen in ever. As they close the door, you're all in. Does Katrina go? Here's the thing. I'm going to give her the option.
Yeah.
Let's see if she attempts to, in the hubbub, leave or do whatever.
Yeah.
So at this point, we don't know.
Silas, Brick, everybody should join us, like our whole team.
As you guys go on,
I would order Cherokee to command Princess to join us.
Okay. As you all get on, boom, and head back toward the ship. It's a bumpy ride. You see the clad mushroom ship. And now you guys can see the cruiser. It is a...
Before you get too far, once I feel like we're within a pretty good amount of space, I'm going to click that button on that nuke.
Okay, well, let me finish this.
Go ahead.
As you see the cruiser, a heavy cruiser. Now, I'm going to say you can click the button. However,
no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until they battle. If that's a thing, I'm going to wait.
Well, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until I see what happens. But
all right, I'm going to say you don't know what's going to happen.
Sure.
So, have you taken a turn? Have you bid something this round or this turn? Okay. So you could take a turn right now if you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't, world action is going to happen.
Yeah. I'm going to let
you can do cunning, but
I'm going to
don't be mad. There's something happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the world action happen.
All right. As Dolby, you've got the clicker in hand. You see this heavy cruiser. So it is a heavier cruiser. It's from one of the wars with Axminster. It's an old ship, maybe 80 to 100 years, but it's a heavy cruiser. This thing is large, lots of guns. It can take the Defiant. It'll be a big fight. It might be able to take the Defiant and the clad ship. You don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? A broadcast. World action. Now, down on the planet. You have an assailant, Skip Trace, trying to hose you. Couple missiles. Guns. As you are on the stick. Are you dropping cunning? Or are you allowing them to act
no.
and then you drink clear?
I thought technically I already did.
Oh, you did cunning. Right. Indeed. So they're attacking you. So go ahead and roll to evade or shoot down their shit. Threshold is 5. Oh my gosh. What was I thinking? I have other soda waters. Dolby with the nuke. Nuke in a box.
For the right moment. I mean,
but where did you leave the nuke in the box? Because I don't remember you saying you planted it anywhere.
Oh, I planted it.
Yeah.
I planted it.
I don't think you actually said you planted it.
I did. I said I did hide in plain sight to throw the bag in an air vent.
Really?
Yep.
You did?
I did. You can go back 2 episodes and fucking hear that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. Right on. So
Dead Man Switch is what I got.
All right.
So let's be clear here. You're gonna blow up the clad ship as
you
they leave.
duplicitous sack of shit. I love it. All right.
So I got 6.
All right.
Can I shoot it down? But because I'm in the pilot seat.
So you are evading right now.
Cheat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to evade. Unless there's some sort of.
You do evade. You evade all of it.
So.
But you can spend a narrative point to say how you evade it. So tell us the story. Do you use the Vulcan cannon from the what happened?
So I will use a.
You like lower the little D's nuts and like send out the cargo and slam them with a bunch of.
I do send out a couple more flares to take out the missiles that are coming at us. I am evading, hearing that Astric was near the capital. I'm going to fly over towards that area, and hopefully there will be some machine fire from them to help me evade.
Okay. So this is what happens. A couple of the rockets, one goes North City and explodes in the buildings and such. Another one goes up to the shield and then falls down as a dud or explodes in the air. As you fly around, D's nuts banking, floating around, this big old tricked out gold and black phallus with hanging nuts. You fly up to or fly past the Capitol, seeing a host of SSA Marines, and there's a bunch of paramilitary on their knees with their hands on their heads as they have taken them prisoner. As that ship and the other two fly in, and they're headed towards you. Because you're banking around. You see in the lawn around the Capitol, the Sams pop up. This is where Cherokee Sioux shines. This is possible. Do you guys know what Sams are?
Yes.
As these pop up and immediately skip trace. Like, you can even see the smile on Asterix's face. As those ships are like, oh no! And they are sent away. We'll see how many of them are exploded. So, each of you roll a d6, and it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Weird fact, the act of destroying surface-to-air missiles, the project is called the Seed Mission.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, like, the F-16 is literally the only purpose it is made for is that exact process.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yep.
What'd you get, Dolby? 2?
Well,
all right. So 2 of them are shot down. As Cleve, he's the only one that survives, of course, because he's named. As he flies out of the shell, and you see him escaping.
We'll meet again, Cleve.
I'll get you next time, Skip Trace.
And then Snoopy flies in on the
Yeah, the doghouse.
All right, just to be a complete dick face, Dolby, roll me a d6 chaos die. Tell me if it's a 1.
All right. That's a 3.
All right. As Cleve leaves, he does not see your all's escape pod.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god!
And you hear, Asterix, can you tell me how to land this thing?
Asterix says, ha! Oh, you Skip. Freeze frame. You like the Van Damme. As Katrina helps you land it.
Oh, because she's closer now.
Well, you guys are closer because you're in Atmos.
We're off crash coursing with the Earth right now.
Asterix and his men do this and this and this. As Skip Trace, you come off the... actually, you don't necessarily have to disembark. Asterix says, Corporal, would you like to come down here? Is your captain with you?
No, right now it's just me and one of our injured members. I'm gonna get him on a gurney and get him out here. Maybe you guys can help him a little more. We'll
take care of it.
We put a meat plug in him, but hopefully you can.
Oh, the old meat plug, I remember those.
Hopefully
we've all had one time or another.
Make him be a little better.
As you open up these nuts and disembark, several of his men, medics, come up, men and women, of course, come up, get engineering, take him out into the Capitol. As you see Grim walk out very stately, next to him is Lieutenant Commander Kulmi, who's smiling. You see that the SSA flags are up in the smoke-addled air, in the afterglow of 2 nuclear blasts in the atmosphere. As Grim says, he kind of like clears something from his nose, looking down at you. Corporal, I'm glad you made it for the festivities. As he looks over at the people on their knees with their hands on their heads.
Yes, I had to commandeer this ship because it fell off. Captain and the rest of the crew are still on the clad ship.
He frowns, looking up toward the sky. Well, I hope the one true God helps. I've got a lot of faith in the captain. Well, we've got some executions to do. As you see about 200 people lined up, or being lined up in a group, and a bunch of Marines surrounding them. You want to take part? As he hands you a big rifle.
I think I've done enough for today. Thank you, though.
Kind of nods. As these guys are mowed down. They're like trying to run away, and everybody's laughing, and it's a fucking slaughter.
Yikes.
World action. Clyde mushroom ship. Boop, 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 boop. You see the gravitational lensing around it as the gravity drive, whatever they have, is almost to harmony as that heavy cruiser unleashes fire upon them. Several gnats fly out. Cherokee, roll me a d6. Tell me how. Tell me if it's a 1. If it's a 1, then they sense the escape pod.
6.
Okay. They don't have a clue you're there. As you guys hit Atmo with a hard crash into. Hold on, still world. Into the atmosphere. And now the bad guys go.
Do I need to spend cunning?
Yes, you do.
If I'm gonna blow the ship.
Yeah, you gotta drop cunning to take the turn.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will spend cunning.
That's good because the clad go to warp.
Yeah. I will spend cunning, and I'm going to, right as I feel us entering atmosphere, I waited till the last possible moment.
Yep.
To blow that ship into a billion fucking trillion bajillion pieces.
What do you bid to do it?
I am going to bid Sucker Punch.
I love it. Roll a chaos die. 1, a little bit of distance.
Yeah.
2, atmosphere. So on a 1,
is that a D6?
Yep.
All right. That is 4.
That's a success. As you see the clad ship, all of you looking, not knowing what Dolby's doing. Shunk. Dolby, describe the scene within the escape pod.
Well,
what do they see?
I think we're all pretty chill. Like, I think we're just in this little escape pod,
eating shawarma.
Eating some shawarma. I'm being pretty quiet. I might say to Cherokee, weird days, man. Weird day. I don't like getting nuked.
Yeah, I would say this entire situation has been less than ideal.
Yeah. Less than ideal. Well, I told them. I mean, I guess I told you guys, unless we had a deal, the ship's not leaving the system or whatever.
As he pulls up his dead man switch and goes, clink. You see about half an AU away. And 1 AU is the average distance between the sun and Earth. So it's about 4 light minutes away, okay? It's a pretty good distance. Meaning, you see this 4 minutes later. Okay? So you think, you hit atmosphere. You start feeling a little bit of the heat, and then you see the clad ship. Out the side, this explosion as gravitational lensing engulfs in like this weird, beautiful display of violence. Engulfs the nuclear explosion mixed with the salt bomb of cobalt. As half of it just sort of diarrheas out of the warp hole at the heavy cruiser, taking the first half of it off. Flames in space. Yes, Dolby?
I was kind of hoping to wait for them to get in close enough for weapons range, so like they're engaging each other. I was hoping that it would take out other ships because of the cobalt being very fucking explosive.
Well, I'm not done.
Yeah.
Also, it takes out the clad ship and the fucking heavy cruiser. Be happy. Yeah, that's what happens. They explode.
I mean, we had a deal.
Well, I mean, who's to say if we had a deal? I don't think we had a deal. They were...
Roll sanity.
Literally incapable of
You lying sack of shit. I will not let you get away with.
No, I mean, but this is like, I was honest. Like, I've been honest with you guys the whole time. I said, until we had a deal, major goal.
No, you're
major
a liar.
goal on there.
You're a liar.
Until we had a deal, major goal. And I said,
wait, what's your major goal?
My major goal is to make a deal with the Clad. Make a ratified deal with Clad. I didn't have a ratified deal.
No, you didn't. Look, you can argue with me the minutia of this.
Yeah.
Dolby lied to them. He deceived them.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh,
whatever he
absolutely.
had on as his major goal, that had nothing to do with what his deal is with them, which he left the ship saying, here you go, guys, and then nuked them. He's a liar.
He is a liar. He's the fastest.
All right.
We didn't have a deal. They took our cobalt. We didn't have any money. If we didn't have anything. We had nothing.
What are you trying to argue here?
I'm trying to argue that they didn't.
I'm not against you. I'm saying that Dolby lied, and he did.
Yeah, I agree
So
with you.
are you disagreeing with me here?
I'm agreeing
No,
with
Dolby's talking.
Are you disagreeing that Dolby lied, or are you just arguing with me?
No, I'm talking to Cherokee Sue. I'm trying to justify to our HR department why they needed to.
That's fine.
You will not be able to justify to me what just happened.
I've been telling you the whole time. I told like if the whole I said
listen,
in negotiation you were there. You were there, man. You didn't as soon as we got on the ship.
I really just don't want to hear it.
As soon as we got on the ship, I mean, why do you have to be all hypocritical with me? Because like this isn't cool. Like all I do is what the mission parameters say, and you're pushing back. I mean, come on.
All right.
Dolby, make the sanity roll.
I got one success so far.
All right. It is a higher threshold than this. You just killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you're rationalizing all of it, which is fine to do. But I'm the goddamn arbiter. Fucking stop arguing with me. Oh my God.
So the second point. The second point is it's okay if we can get away with fucking over the Clad. That's cool. That is part of the mission parameter. We might have an armistice, but if we can get away with it, like, super cool.
Inciting incidents have consequences. So the Clad may not have been united before, but you literally handed them an inciting incident.
They didn't know it was us.
And I understand your logic.
Like, are you going to tell this to them?
But
because they didn't know it was us. We were just attacked.
They're not idiots. Like, they will find out what happened.
What you don't understand? What I'm saying to you right now is that there's consequences for what just happened. Yeah, there's always consequences. Consequences.
I just hope that you're prepared to deal with that. Is all I'm saying. Like,
oh yeah, no, I'm good. I mean, I don't think I should roll sanity. I think this is part of being a fascist Marine. I am just following orders. Or I could roll sanity, and this maybe
you created orders in this case.
I didn't create these orders. Arbiter, just real quick, and I will spend a pip if this is not and I will take back the nuke if this is not part of the SSA mission to, if at all possible, yes, there's an armistice, but if we can get away with hurting the Clad, we will.
I am uncertain why we're arguing about this. So
no, I'm not arguing. I'm just understanding.
This is an in-game and out-of-game thing.
Yeah.
In-game, I am perfectly fine with your guys' roleplay and back and forth.
Yeah.
That makes sense between Cherokee Suit and Dolby. That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
With the council, oh, god damn it. There's no argument. I don't understand why everything is a contradiction. Christ. Okay. You can't take back the nuke. It was too good. It was a cool thing. I'm into it. I thought it was cool. Did Dolby lie? Yes.
Yeah, you lied to the Clad.
He was a liar.
Yeah.
So don't go back in the game with Cherokee. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
The reason you make a sanity roll is because you have to hurt your brain to do bad shit. Yes, you're a bad person. You got to hurt your brain to rationalize doing bad shit.
That's not my argument. I'm just following orders. I just want to make sure that my orders...
Yes, you are just following orders. Okay. Yes, I agree with you.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
All right.
The mechanics are you do bad shit, you rationalize it, you make a fucking sanity roll. Fucking do it.
Yeah. No, I'm just making sure that I'm doing the right thing.
You are. I don't... What the fuck?
All right, I'm going to use the proficiency. I didn't... I still have one success.
And let's be fair here. Cherokee Suit did not disagree or give you any dissidence in any way. What I said to you is that there are consequences for what just happened.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look, I'm not talking in game.
Yeah.
Your guys' in game is perfect. I'm talking out of game.
Yeah.
Stop meshing them.
Oh yeah.
The metagame has got to stop.
Okay.
It's got to stop.
No, I was trying to hold my finger up and say,
balloons. I love it. I loved the scene that just happened. I don't like that it's just the wind is just taken out of it.
Yeah.
It's such a cool fucking scene.
No, I get you.
It's such a cool scene. But the role play is so good, but it's just this back and forth of make the roll. Well, why should I? What the fuck do you mean? Why should you?
No, I get that. No, I'm fully. I only have one success, so you just tell me what I need to. I'm sure I'm gonna get derangements.
Honestly, man,
and I deserve that.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It's just part of the story.
No, I'm not.
It's not to take away or to hurt anything. God.
Yeah, I'm not. I just wanted to know.
Sorry, guys, I hit my limit.
Yeah, I just wanted to know that I did it. I was understanding. Like, it's when you're dealing with fascism and murdering thousands of people, like, you want to know that you're on the right team. And as long as I know I'm on the right team, I don't care if I failed. I only got one success, so I failed, and that's all I'm gonna do.
You're missing.
It doesn't matter
you are
win or lose.
Missing the point.
No, you're missing the point. I spent a proficiency. I didn't get any more. That's all that it is. It doesn't matter. The mechanics of the game are great. I embrace those. I just wanted to know that I got the lore correctly.
So you're saying, like, as a fascist, you wanted to be sure that you're, sticking to the team that you're on, and the action that you did was appropriate within the parameters of being the USSA fascist that you are. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you absolutely doing damage. Like, there is a tertiary hate for the Clad that's baked into the story.
Yeah.
I think the problem, though, is how many times is it you do this, not why.
Right. Well, I mean, I doing my best. That's all I can do.
It makes sense. All of what you're saying. The reason for the sanity roll is not because it's against the SSA. Being with the SSA causes the sanity roll. Doing shit that's the fascist hell is the reason for it.
Right.
So if you agree with me, why the fuck did you argue with me for 10 minutes?
I thought we were arguing different points, but I think we're on the same page.
Yes. Yes, we are. Dolby, you lose the you gain a fucking derangement.
All right. Well,
you get to pick which one.
I'm gonna pick personality, and I have 3 ticks in personality.
You have inner atmosphere. The Clad ship, as far as you know, is destroyed. The heavy cruiser, as far as you know, is spinning in space, on fire, and exploding. The escape pod is autopiloted. It lands at the colony. Actually, hilariously, we'll say that it lands on the shield. And you have to jump start it down. You return.
Falls out.
Huh?
I said everybody just wiggle a little bit so it falls through the crack.
Right. You return to the capital where D's Nuts is, and a lot of massacred dissidents. The paramilitary that was under Confucius is wiped out. Haven't seen Archangel. We're gonna say Katrina is with you because Dolby had Cherokee get her. I was gonna give her the option of being on the Clad ship, but that obviously doesn't make any sense. And it was good foresight to force her off that ship.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Would there be a penalty for unplugging her?
Right. So I was thinking on that. It's one of the reasons why I was going to give her the option of staying on the ship or whatever she wanted to do. And in fact, if I was going to be completely fair, I would just ask her if she stays on the ship or not.
Sure. Before she knows what happens.
You can definitely tell if she listened to the episode or not.
But I think that she, having any kind of clue, would likely have come, but who knows? It's hard to NPC a player character.
Sure, you don't know a person's intentions or whether they may have had a plan or whatever.
Right.
Maybe we give her the option.
So, what else is on this planet? La Resistance, you know, is here. As far as you know, Gostrom is here. You can guess that Gostrom is now your enemy. That any of the clad that were with her are your all's enemy. Likely that La Resistance will be against you because Gostrom was the head of it. So, or maybe not, but I think the general guess would be that.
Well,
you don't know.
They're pacifists.
You don't know.
So they weren't. I mean, they don't believe in this warring.
They're pacifists, but they're not stupid.
Yeah.
And if it hasn't become apparent, they can communicate pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So you just blew up. You will find out in this montage. So this is the montage. You just blew up a the clad ship, of course. Let me find the name of it really quick. Ah, hilarious. The SSA, former SSA, Heavy Cruiser Deliberate is the name of it.
Yep.
Or was the name of it. Commandeered and then bought by Telmar Shipping.
Oh, shit.
This is the information that Silas will get back to you.
Oh, wow.
So Telmar, either as a unit, sent people to pretty much kill or allow Katrina to die, or someone within Telmar who would rather see her die. Okay. If you remember what they specifically said, what Cleve specifically said, that is, I think, important. There was a specific lie he told Dolby. Cleve is still around, as far as you know. There were some of those gnats that the Deliberate had sent out. Likely some of them are around. You got La Resistance and Gostrom, the Ansible, or Ansibel, as it might be called. And not soon, but within the next few days, potentially, pirates and these kinds of people are on their way. That said, when this montage, as some time is passing, it becomes pretty clear that with the SSA actually having a foothold here, people aren't going to just attack unless they actually think that they can win. Now, they don't know. No one really knows what happened here. I mean, they got a good idea, but they don't know. So, you can expect potentially some threats from the sky, La Resistance, and you have the Ansible to deal with. Grieve is in command. It becomes very clear over the next few hours as they're raiding houses, dragging people out, and murdering the shit out of them because they're a part of La Resistance, or they have Confuse Us banners hanging in their windows, or whatever it is. He's in serious control. This should be a moment of Heart of Darkness.
I think he's killing less people than I just did. or maybe same. Just saying.
Are you telling me or them?
Yeah, I feel like Cherokee and I should have a conversation about Harold Grimm.
Yeah, I think you guys should definitely do that. I think that'd be a good conversation. This is a Heart of Darkness moment. Essentially, does everybody know what I'm saying? So Marlon Brando's character in it, kind of like the rogue colonel, or maybe just he's an extreme guy. You know that Grimm is an extreme. He's Grimm. He's very extreme. He has total control. Moriarta and her cruiser come down, and all is right in the SSA right now. I mean, he's not doing anything that is against what you guys would actually do, what the SSA does to dissidents. This is par for the course.
Yeah, Grimm, there's no citizens, right? I mean, these aren't citizens. Just check in.
Dolby, you'll have to get an audience with him. Because you don't have one.
Yeah.
Now you can get one, but you don't.
I was just.
There's a point over the next few hours, like 10 hours. It's now daytime.
Yeah.
You guys don't really see Grimm.
Yeah. He's
the leader here.
Oh yeah.
So you can get an audience, but real P&B protocol is intact.
Sure.
They're doing repairs. The killing kind of dies down. Streets are orderly. Medical is going on. Engineering is doing a lot better. They've removed the meat plug.
Oh, wonderful.
And they've actually given him surgery.
Nice.
And basically a full day goes down.
Yeah. We'd probably start work on getting the Cool Mint flying again. Maybe stripping these nuts and getting our
the Cool Mint up to snuff.
Yeah, and Johnny 25 back and reinstalled. I might.
Right. It's going to take a couple days to get Johnny 25 out of the building that he ran into. The Cool Mint is pulled out of the wreckage and repairs are started. It's probably going to take a week to get all of it together.
Yeah.
But within a week, you'll have your ship back and it'll have some, nice tricked out rims and ball sack hanging from it.
Mm-hmm. As long as the Cool Mint is got a little bit of these nuts inside, I think I'm okay with that.
Jesus. So this montage, you guys rest. You have conversations, which we can go through, and that'll be we'll end on the conversations. A week has passed, or almost a week. I should say 3 or 4 days have passed. Cool Mint is not quite operational. D's Nuts is stripped. Shield has started to be rebuilt. Damage to the refineries are starting to be remedied. And it's pretty clear that it's yet again an SSA colony. No one has heard from the La Resistance. Grimm has sent people out looking for them. If you told them, Dolby, where their hideout was, they definitely look there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They find a few people there, but they're not armed. It's a couple of it's the older 2 guys that Katrina talked to for a while. And they're all, the shit just kicked out of them. They're thrown into irons. And unless you guys want to talk to them, they're executed.
I think we'd want to have a short conversation with them.
So that's where we drop. It's 2 or 3 days before the Cool Mint can be completely fixed and soft role play. You guys have your own rooms in your own buildings if you want. The population dropped by about 1/3 in the settlement.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna take there's an apartment above the bar.
Oh, that bar got blown up. Just
No, it didn't.
No.
oh, I thought it was.
We averted
Nope,
just
bent
barely.
around. So.
I'd probably
So
I'd take an apartment next to Cherokee Sioux for sure.
So I guess we can kind of like Cheers style meet in the bar. That is my entryway. Foyer.
Yeah.
Skip, what about you? Are you there?
Yeah, I might as well come in. I'm like, well, I mean, guys, our work here is done. Back under the SSA. As soon as the cool mint's ready, we can head back.
Yeah, victory.
We need to have a closed room meeting about a whole bunch of stuff that I have learned.
Yes,
Sure.
we do.
Let's do it now.
Right.
Okay, so we'll go back and there's upstairs in the back is a little VIP lounge.
Yep.
And so
where is everyone else too?
And
you guys tell me where everyone else is.
I invited Colmy to join us and
Sure,
Brick
she'll be there.
as
Brick
well.
will definitely be there.
Yeah.
So are we picking attendees for the secret meeting? Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
basically
Probably
all
stylists.
We got a whole table.
Yeah, all of the regular players, because all of the regular players technically know this.
Katrina's
from
not
last game.
invited.
Okay. Now that I've got you all in here, and I'm like looking to make sure everything. The biggest thing that I found out from all of that information is that the Krisk are real.
What? No,
Here is SSA documentation
it's Photoshop.
saying that they are real and that there are multiple types of them.
Nope.
Sec 6.
Yeah.
It's Sec 6.
I don't know what that is.
That's Sec Clearance 6.
Yeah.
They are real.
I've set clearance 3. And sometimes 4 if I want to get away with some shit, but like I don't buy it. I don't think aliens, I mean dragons, like radioactive hamsters, it's not real.
Well, our own
It's
government
like climate change. It
Literally
doesn't
said-
exist. Nope.
Albest literally said to our face that the Krisk exist and that there was information that he had in reference to them that he was going to share with us when we had our negotiations regarding the Cobalt. We had a chance at some Cobalt, and now it is a
Well, they were
chance at
taking-
no Cobalt.
They were gonna take it all.
And
I mean,
listen-
we got the planet. They were gonna take it all. I mean, it's a scam. It's just like a normal, like the Clad. That's what they do. They mess with your brain, man. They're socialists. I mean, come on.
the Clad are afraid of 2 groups. Well, maybe 3. It was the SSA,
SSA.
the Krisk, and they're also technically afraid of a corporatocracy. I can't say that word right.
Corporatocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Telmar's fine. I mean, they're on our side,
Because,
right?
well, no, not just Telmar. All of the shipping companies are pretty much against the SSA. And that's from SSA paperwork.
That's weird.
So how do we
How
how do we plan to move all of these materials back to the main colony? Like if we don't have any
we got an answer.
allies, and the Ansible is only for spoken word. That's not going to transport goods.
Hey, It's not our problem.
It's not our problem.
We got the planet back to SSA. That's what our task was.
They didn't say hold the thing. They said, let's get the shipping orders. We just, maybe not use the Ansible.
Doesn't it seem a little bit like they're creating redundant work on purpose? Like they would have to know that if they don't have any way to move the ore or move the materials, that the only way to get those materials would be to send a team to create dissonance and destroy the government in place.
Oh no, they
creating another pool of resources. They
had a system until Confucius overthrew it.
Yeah, I mean, he's corrupt.
I mean, I don't get paid enough to think about.
Oh, you get paid enough. I mean, you're basically a captain like me. You've been around. I listen to you. I know that we had our moment earlier, a couple of weeks ago or week and a half ago, but you're fine, man.
Oh, I'm just saying that
2 days ago. No, you're right. It was a week and a half.
Yeah.
A week and a half ago.
It's however the SSA wants to handle the shipment, whether or not they hire the shipping companies to do it themselves. It's not our business. We're grunt work.
Yep.
We got the colony back under the SSA.
And as far as I'm concerned, we bring Colmy and her friend or two back home with us. Everybody's happy. She wants off the planet. I can't wait to get home. I mean, I like you, Colmy, but I got a girl back home. I'm good. I am also sexy.
She smiles. You probably believe it.
What are your concerns? I see you sitting there, Cherokee. Tell me the real.
It doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, I think that we are being intentionally put into a loop and being used as meat fodder for a reason that's not being clearly stated. And we've been frustratingly close to the information that we need to piece together to actually know the truth and what's going on. And for whatever reason, every time that we get close, something happens. But I will mind my business.
The problem with the truth is it doesn't always get you what you want. Truth doesn't necessarily make you happy.
No, the truth sets you free. Like, we become citizens when we tell the truth, when we are honest with ourselves, and the SSA.
That's not how it works.
Okay. So the long and the short, Dolby, is I don't have a problem. You did what you did. Like, around the world, across the street, you made a decision.
Yeah.
Alice will.
It has consequences, and there's going to be so many tertiary consequences that will affect us. This is going to have a more than system-wide impact.
Well, as long as we find Gostrom,
that's all I'm saying.
As long as we find Gostrom and buckle up the details. I mean, it's sure there was some suspect, but as far as they know, there was a space battle. They all blew up. All the bad guys blew up simultaneously. I mean, they don't know that I hit the button. They were carrying a ship full of cobalt. That's not the SSA. Who did the research? Like, who knows? That was a battle that was happening. I am under orders to do what I can to keep the clad, and you all know this, the clad from taking foothold. I mean, that is what we do. It is it's like there's a sphere, and we got to keep them in that little sphere, because everywhere they look, SSA, we're the SSA. Everywhere they look, they're afraid of us. And they're afraid of us because we're good soldiers.
I think they're afraid of us because we're reckless and we don't ask questions. But that's what I get paid to do. So like I said, I don't have any qualms with the decision you made. I'm just trying to let you know that you're not fully appreciating the multi-level consequences of what happened, and how they will actually affect us personally.
You think the Clad are gonna do revenge on me? They don't know who I am. They don't know us.
Have you ever heard of inciting incidents? All I'm saying is an entirely pacifist society pushed to the brink, and then you turn on them. Even like people that they weren't in allyship with now have a reason to fight for a cause that we created.
We didn't hurt anybody on this planet. Everybody is simpatico to what we're doing here. We're just making sure the resources go back to the SSA. There's some technology on this planet that we definitely need to look further into, but you know, this CRISC bullshit. It's kind of like AI. Like, what is that? I don't even know. I pull out this little RI cube. I got this cube I pulled out of Confucius's office. I'm gonna take it back to R&D, see if they can make anything out of it. But it's not RI. It's just a little cube. It's just a little bit of technology. It's nothing.
Cherokee, I know what you're saying, and I know that there's a lot of wanting to understand the truth. But at this point in my life, I have 2 weeks in between each cryo sleep, and that's basically the way things go for me. So I know that I'll be spending the next 10 years asleep. I'll have 2 weeks of furlough, and then probably another 10 years of cryo sleep. To wake up to something messed up, as always.
You got to make the hard choices. That's what the SSA is about. You make hard choices. As long as we win, you know, what's the difference? A couple of eggs are cracked. A cup of milk is spilled.
I don't think anybody ever wins, but
we won. Like, where are the bad guys? Where are they? They're all dead. It's okay.
Oh, I thought you really said we're the bad guys. We won. We're the bad guys. That's what I thought you said.
Oh my fuck.
Everyone's the hero of their own story.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, I appreciate that you guys trust me enough to be your commander, and that you trust me enough that I won't kill you anytime that you give me a little talk back. So I appreciate that.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to go get drunk right now.
I feel like I'm already a little drunk.
Alice will pipe up. So, are we just leaving, 2-3 days?
Yeah.
Is that?
Never gonna go back
We're
home.
actually going home.
Back to Luna.
Whoa. To be honest, I didn't know if we'd make it out of this one.
It was complicated. Brick, what you need to know is if you can take a complicated situation and make it really simple, like that's really the answer. If you can take something that's really fucked up and there's all these different angles, different planes, and everybody's got their little perspective, you just got to simplify. Like, the answer is simple, and that's the SSA. That's how we win.
You guys get a communique. As you have a secure room, it's not broadcast and it doesn't know, like until you hit click, like you receive it, but technically your transponders are off in this room. So people can't find you and that kind of stuff. Does anyone look at the message? It's a general broadcast to the planet.
Yeah,
or to the colony, I should say. It says, this is piggybacked off systems, satellites in the proximal colonies. A ship full of cobalt exploded in the Novus Prime system. For cause of engaging in battle with a Telmar ship.
I always kind of thought those Telmar were up to no good. I mean, that is kind of why that Katrina's not here right now. They're shady. They're shady. The corporations are shady. Like, it really...
Another... Just a few moments after.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll check it.
It's from Grim. Not directly to you. It's a broadcast for anyone set clearance 1 and above. And it says, there's propaganda being spread in the proximal colonies. We're waiting for to see how it falls. Obviously, comms should be silent. Speak to no one off-world about what's happened here. It's all considered classified. The penalty is severe. Otherwise, if you know of anyone who is doing this, this is considered an act of treason. Subdue them.
There you go. You see it? You see this? I mean, clearly Grim has it all under control.
Sec 3 and above. So who has Sec 3?
I got it.
Oh, I do.
And I'm going to let it broadcast on open channels through my little speakers. Because I trust everybody in the room.
It says, truth of the matter is a Telmar ship attacked this planet. We don't know or whether or not, this is not Grim's voice, it's one of Grim's commanders. We don't know if the ship had been commandeered by pirates or had been taken by the Clad, we don't know the truth of the situation. We are investigating it. Severe punishment will go to anyone withholding information about what transpired. Great reward will go to anyone with information about what actually transpired. Of course, keep radio silence and these sorts of things. There is the potential that there is a mole in the command from the Axminster system. We, as of yet, do not know who it is, but this is a list of people that have been cleared. Of course, it's the upper brass, Grim included, Moriarta, a few people like that. You guys are not mentioned. Be on the lookout. Be safe.
If they only knew the real truth.
I mean, you were just talking about how that's tertiary. So
tertiary. Like we got our orders set. I mean, we just got to coast under the radar. That's all it is. I mean, it's simple. Do the job. Some rules you break, some rules you bend. You break a few eggs. It's okay.
Boom. This is a Sec 4.
I don't have Sec 4. I would have to bid for it. Anybody have Sec 4 in here?
I do.
You can tell me. Oh shit.
I technically have Sec 5, but
if you have Sec 5, then you have above Sec 4.
So real quick, do you share this information with me or not?
I think I'm going to summarize it. So I'll listen to it and then tell y'all what I hear. Because I don't know how to do that speakerphone shit. So I'm just like...
All right. Sec 4 goes, and this is what it says. We don't know where the Ansible is. We have been looking for it. We fear, they don't say fear, we're concerned that there is a clad operative on planet that has access to it. If this is the case, it means that they have already been in contact with anyone who has access to an Ansible. It is of utmost priority that we find this Ansible and secure it. To find this clad operative, if they exist, and bring them to justice. And then the normal rhetoric of there's a mole, withholding information is considered treason, blah, 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 blah.
Nobody has Sec 4.
All transport off planet is canceled.
All transport off planet is canceled, you said?
This is Sec 4, though. So the general people don't know that, which means if you go into orbit, they'll just stop you. You'll go into orbit, and they'll stop you when you're up there. Or that cruiser will attempt to stop you.
Yeah.
But no one else knows it unless you're Sec 4 and higher.
I don't know it.
Right.
Okay.
The general person doesn't think anything of it.
Okay. So I'm going to look around the room and be like, so we're not leaving yet.
Well, yeah, we got a couple of days of repairs on our cruiser. We'll take off.
It's a little more complicated than that.
It's not complicated.
I mean, do you want to know or not? I can tell you why it's complicated, or we can just wait a few days and see how it plays out.
Nah, I mean, I think we get off this planet. I mean, who knows? The planet could turn into a powder keg.
This is a Sec 1 clearance message.
What is it?
Send it. What's it about?
Dolby hits it. It says in this voice, great news. Great news from the SSA. We have just finally heard from Soul, the Soul system, the origination of us all. Every Zen loyal, and it keeps on going for a while. The Clad have attacked an SSA ship. The heavy cruiser, Vesper, along with the heavy cruiser, or light cruiser, Defiant, along with the heavy cruiser, Deliberate, were unfortunately destroyed in a Clad attack near the Novus Prime system. The battle was waged over weeks. Our brave SSA soldiers fought on and hard, but in the end perished under the Clad threat. The proximal colonies are under threat. Join up today, soldiers. Become citizens.
Can I roll a sanity roll?
Is it sad that technically I couldn't hear that because my set clearance is 0, so I can't even hear the propaganda?
Dolby was broadcasting.
I was playing
I know, but I just think it's funny that I don't have clearance for propaganda.
Enough for propaganda.
I just
Unity Sec 0. That's my bad.
Like, and the reason is because like I know
you
the
want
answers.
to make a sanity roll. Yeah, why do you want to make a sanity roll?
Because it's a lie. That's not what happened. And you know, I understand that there's propaganda, but when you're at the center of the propaganda, it makes this this makes sense more of a sanity roll than blowing up a whole ship, because this goes
I'm not going to
against...
argue with you about this. You said you want to make a sanity roll, and that is perfect.
Yeah.
When a player asks for a sanity roll, you actually make the sanity roll.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
You actually don't need a reason. You're like, you can actually just fail a roll.
Yeah.
Absolutely make the sanity roll.
Yeah. No, I would like to at least roll it to see how well I cope with this.
100%. 100%.
You know,
I think
reality.
part of this is
it's 2 successes.
Pride.
It's like 1, so
yeah,
maybe
you
it's
lose
just 1.
sanity. You lose sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you gain another derangement.
Okay. Well, it makes sense. No, they you know, this is all fine. I'll gain a tick.
I mean, logic. I see what you're saying. Logically, like it would make sense. The propaganda would potentially trigger you based on how things have played out.
I'm not used as a soldier. I'm not used to propaganda.
Right.
So,
right. You think you're being told the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know the truth because you know the truth, and you know that they're lying.
Yeah.
They are lying. They're lying to people to create a threat so that they'll join up and become citizens.
Yeah. And so this hurts me a little. It's like, but they don't know. They don't know the truth. It's not what happened.
If one of you wants to, or all of you want to, you can bid or throw down to catch something in those messages.
But we're fine. I mean, it's fine. They know what happened.
So I think I used the real truth already.
I'm gonna bid inside knowledge.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with elite this time.
Okay.
Just same kind of vein.
Dolby, you want to bid or throw down to catch something or no?
Yeah, I'll throw down.
Okay. All you need is 1 success.
I got 1. Actually, I got 2.
So then you get a narrative point.
Oh, nice.
You'll each get something a little bit different. Cherokee, bidding elite. This is normal. They've spun a story. Of course. Right. Normally, you would give it the benefit of the doubt, but you know for a fact this is bullshit. Then again, was that the clad? There's something within your brain that's constantly saying, yeah, but are they... Is what I saw what I saw? Did you really see much of the ship? Those sort of things needle at you. That said, bidding elite, you know, and there's a healthy conspiracy theory that most of the broadcasts are not. Maybe it's not that maybe it's not that they're lying, but maybe they're misinformed.
Right.
I mean, they're doing the best they can.
Omissions of truth and stuff like omission of details and.
Right. What I'm giving you is a wide. Maybe they're doing this just to stop the fear, that kind of thing.
So like it's so funny that I literally just said to you, Dobby, that this situation.
Hold on before you guys start. Let me finish. So, Dolby, as you roll, you know that Grimm is hearing all of this, and he's probably going to have orders for the commander people, including you. There's a dice toss here. You've seen this before, where would it be easier for Grimm to just get rid of you guys? Because you don't belong here. You need to leave. And he knows that. So does he get rid of you by letting you leave? Or does he get rid of you? That could be on Dolby's mind. It's not a 50-50 by any stretch, but there's a shadow of a doubt of, this is system wide. I mean, this is beyond Soul. Like this broadcast, this is to everybody.
Sure.
And then, you know, things are tense. That's what you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just took 2 sanity rolls because I just got 2 derangements because of what happened.
Right. There's some tension.
Yeah.
I think Dolby would have the wherewithal to either go. Yeah, he would know not to relax right now.
The major difference here is that you were having like subconscious struggles with what was happening, whereas this is like concrete. You cannot deny the facts; it's in front of you.
Now, hold on, before we argue, I have one more person to talk to. Skip. You bid. What was it? Covert.
Inside knowledge.
Inside knowledge. Something is wrong. Now I'm going to give all of you this chance. What's wrong about what you just heard? There's the obvious what's wrong, but what's wrong about this?
Why would they tell everyone about what happened on this super remote planet?
Well, it's a general broadcast that's being relayed, right?
What I'm saying is, like, why would they, this mission that was a secret mission on a super remote planet, why would they broadcast the results to the general public of the SS?
Everywhere.
It's too fast.
Why?
It's too fast.
It's too fast. You get an XP. As Skip, you realize, how did Soul make that announcement? They're 10 light years away. The fastest it could go with relays, a couple years. The fastest. So it's either fake or they're using the Ansible, which means something is wrong or it's fake. It's too fast. Now you guys can talk.
This stuff, you just can't keep scrolling. It's so fast. The scrolling down the, like, I'm gonna have to turn this. It's like addicting. Like they just throw one video and another. They're so good, and you want to stop, but you can't stop. It's just like, wow. I can't wait to get home. It's time to go home.
What is the derangement you took? What is the derangement you took?
I mean, I have 3 on personality and 2 on tics.
Oh, I love it. It's great.
That came through way too fast.
What did?
The fact that
the transmission from Soul.
That they knew our either they had extreme faith in us and broadcast that a few years after we left.
You guys are conspiracy nuts.
Something else is going on.
I think we get on the ship, we go back home.
I think we're stuck in the same situation that we find ourselves often. We've become expendable. And I am concerned that with this, like Skip said, this is too fast. I am concerned that Grimm is going to try to get rid of us to make sure that their truth is the truth.
Nah, Grimm won't get rid of us.
You all get little communications. Ding, 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 ding. All of you. Alice. Not cool me. Sex 0. Yeah. Did you check it? Yes?
Yeah. I mean,
it's from it's from one of Grimm's commanders. Team 4 Burning Sensations. At your leisure, within the next couple days, Grimm would like a word with you before you abscond back home.
Sure, I would love to see him. I think we did well on our last
Well,
mission.
you all are heroes.
I agree. We've done the SSA a service, and happy to oblige. I would love to see him again. I am impressed by the way he has transformed this planet into a functioning machine, because I mean, between you and me, honestly, it was a cesspool.
It was a cesspool. By any chance, have you heard from Lieutenant Commander Kumi?
Yeah, I'm sitting next to Kumi.
What is your location? We haven't seen you all for a while.
We're just having some beers
Where?
at the beer loft, you know, downtown.
The beer loft up. Well, when you get a chance, Captain Grimm would like to. I'm sorry, he doesn't say that. The Generalissimo would like to have a conversation with you.
I look forward to it. Tell him we'll be there shortly.
Oh, and tell Lieutenant Commander Kumi, if you would, to come on down to the capital.
Will do.
Report.
I'm going to bid something.
Kumi looks at you. What'd they say?
Well, they said they wanted you to report to the capital, but it was weird because Grimm called himself the Generalissimo, and I don't understand that, because that's not SSA. That's fucked up, is what that is. And I'm gonna bid my flaw Rebel for cause.
What do you want to accomplish with that, or gain knowledge of?
To acknowledge that Generalissimo is not an SSA call sign.
Him making himself a general makes sense.
Yeah.
If he's intending on staying here, if he's given has been given orders, he would never normally be made a governor. Yeah. But if he's a military guy, general would be pretty good because he's a colonel. Maybe he got orders, whatever. That said, it's a flaw. Generalissimo sounds like he's becoming a dictator.
Yeah, and that's what I don't want. I mean, I don't want to just do the thing that we just did.
There's a little, yeah. It's suspect. It's not anathema, but it's suspect. As Kumi will kind of, her eyes will open wider. She looks down. He probably just needs his medicine. Big ego.
Yeah.
I should probably go, I guess. He looks at the rest of you that are like... Even just... Alice Brick is like...
It's
us.
You know,
as Kumi slowly gets up.
Hold on 1 second, Kumi. Engineering? I'm gonna message.
Go for engineering.
How long? Like, if we had to get off this planet really fast, how long would it take? Could we get off like in the next, I don't know, 30 minutes if we wanted to?
Absolutely. I think that's a good idea. But the thing is, I just washed all of my clothes and I have nothing to wear.
It doesn't matter what you're wearing. The spaceship needs to move fast.
I know. It'll probably be at least a few hours before I'm able to go get my clothes out of that place right next to the greasy axle.
It doesn't. I don't care about your clothes. How much? How long does this? How long does the spaceship take to go from like maybe where we are to anywhere else?
I mean, I would say at least a few hours.
What if I picked up your clothes?
I should probably call you back. I mean, once I'm finished here, and it goes dead.
All right. I'm gonna.
Dolby, you can bid or throw down to know what just happened.
I would like to bid, or I would like to bid. I would like to bid kettle.
Hey y'all, what just happened? Anybody?
He definitely avoided the question, so something's up.
He's already with
them.
Yeah.
He was speaking in code.
Yeah.
He was telling you it would take 4 or 5 hours to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
So to get the ship ready, a few hours, and then to get out of Atmo and anywhere within 4 or 5 hours, you could be off planet and where you need to be and all that. That's what he was saying.
Cool. Call me. You wanted at the Capitol, or where did they say?
Capitol.
Yeah, the Capitol. You're wanted at the Capitol.
Capitol at this hour? What's going on?
I don't know, and I don't like it.
Okay. You didn't want to hear it earlier, but I'm going to tell you what that message said, or I'm going to summarize a little bit here. I think your fears and suspicions about Generalissimo are correct, because he's locked the planet down and they're not allowing anyone to leave orbit. So even if we were to get...
Kumi says.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall. There was some red herrings.
He would only do that. Listen, I know Grim. He would only do that if he had a good reason. It's probably those damned La Resistance and that Gostrom woman that she points at you guys, that you won't tell him where she is. I mean, everybody knows you're in contact with her.
We're not in contact. I mean, we ran across her. We gave the secret base to
Captain. You all were in close proximity to a clad operative for hours on multiple occasions. You worked with them.
I didn't work with them. I blew up their ship. I blew up their ship.
That you all... This is just hurting your case. Listen, I don't believe that Grim... And she kind of stops and thinks. He just needs his medicine. You could go down there and explain things to him.
Yeah, Grim doesn't... I mean, explain things to me, call me.
I'm trying to explain it to y'all.
He has lapses. It's what they did to him.
Some people call me violent. They say that I'm deranged or just fly off on hinge for no reason. I understand that. Like, there's a method to the madness, but this is weird. Because why didn't he just message me?
Captain Grimm. She just kind of stops.
Do you want off this planet or not?
She nods.
Right. So I don't know if you know this about me, Colmy, but I don't ask for permission because when you go and you ask for permission, people will say no. I just do. And the cards lie or the dice roll or whatever happens how it happens. I do the best I can with what I have. I might make decisions that are bad. And I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life. But I know when I'm being played. And I kind of feel like I'm being played right now.
And what do we need to do?
Because you are.
As you see Colmy kind of sit down, do you guys bid anything to keep her there, or does she leave? That's basically what I'm driving.
Yeah, I want to keep her there.
Oh, I told her to sit down when she got up. You
got to bid because it's pretty odd. Well, you don't. That's its own thing.
I'm gonna bid rethink.
Basically, what's the narrative you want to tell? And you use a bid.
I've got to get off here. It's almost 1 o'clock.
I know. This is gonna wrap up, and like give me 2 minutes.
So I'm gonna use strong bones just to be an intimidating presence, essentially.
Okay.
To tell her to sit down so I can make my case.
She does. Last moments, and then we're done.
Okay. We don't have leverage here. The long of the short is we can't leave because we don't have leverage. They're not going to let us. They're searching for the Ansible in the background and telling everybody else something else. And I don't think that Grim is communicating with Soul. I don't think that any of this is true. I think that he is literally setting himself up. If he finds the Ansible, he becomes unlimited. He has unlimited power if he gets a hold of that Ansible. We have to get this first. It is the only way we're getting out of here.
And
as Drizzle, if you need a bounce, man, I know you. It's cool.
See you guys.
Yeah. See you.
As she nods, accepting what you said, then I'm with you all. Do we know where it is?
I mean, we have an idea.
Katrina used it, right?
Yeah, she would know. But she's not here. So I guess it's convincing her. I think we have some way to talk to Gostrom if we need to.
As Colmy looks at you with a knowing look, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but what
they
I'm
know
saying,
you can contact her.
What I'm saying is they don't know that. That is need to know information. They don't have that information. They do not know.
She kind of just looked around. It's pretty obvious.
No,
Look,
they know.
They were talking about just the fact that you all were on the clad ship.
But it had nothing to do with that. That's not.
They don't care.
It has nothing to do with being on a clad ship or not a clad ship. They were like on the clad ship. They were talking this nonsense about aliens and like some kind of conspiracy. It's just nonsense. It's all nonsense.
I'm gonna start just slightly hitting my head on the wall. Just
so this is where we end in this montage. As you guys kind of like pan back and you're under this threat of whatever. And it's pretty clear what you got to do. You either fight your way out, you find the Ansible and work your way out, or call the bluff and assume everything's cool.
Yeah. Colmy, if you want to come with us, come with us. But if you want to be like
Colmy's
a
with
drag,
you guys bid. Colmy's with you.
Yeah. Okay.
He's with you.
Like you just,
all right. She's with you. Alice is with you. Literally everyone in this room is on the level.
Good.
Cool. So bare minimum, everybody in this room is informed and on the same team.
Yep, everyone but Katrina.
But Katrina.
Yeah. And Dole. Dole is not. Though when you called him, Dolby, he was helping you.
Yeah. Oh, so he wasn't. He didn't feel like he was under duress or like acting weird.
He was helping you. Okay. He was helping you. Yeah.
It was one of those like the killers in the house situations. We just didn't realize them.
Right. Going on. He's in the company of someone or someone's that he doesn't want them to know where you all are. He was not giving you up, is the point. All right. Long ass session that I lied about. It was, but good. Did you guys get any goals?
Well, I'll never get my major goal.
Got to change it. Although technically, if you found Gostrom and you made a deal with her, you would make your major goal.
But making a deal.
I mean, I made a deal with the Clad, so I, in technicality, met my major goal.
Yeah, you did.
So, and my minor goal was for us to reunite and have like a core team base, like any elite situation, get back to basics. So I think I may have nailed both, but unintentionally got them both.
Yep. You get all of that, which means everybody gets a pip. Yeah. And Dole, did you get any?
I got that minor goal. I maintained my weapon.
So one of you totally
against, but I did it good, right?
That you did. You got it, and that means you guys got to the party goal too.
Yeah.
So
you all advance because of the party as well.
That'll be fun.
And then the montage, next session. Rock and roll. You're gonna come out rocking and rolling. All right. It is late.
So tired.
Let's roll. Ken, let's forego the after hours tonight just because I've got to do stuff. And things.
Sure.
And I'm sure it's late for you as well.
Yeah.
Can we potentially link up like on an afternoon and just do like a quick debrief about the show?
That would be really
good. As an after hours. But just do it another time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do it tonight. It's just I've got to bounce. Like you guys could talk.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do an after hours with me, I'm fine. If you're done, then
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
Whenever you want to do an after hours is fair.
And when he said it was almost 1, I hadn't looked at the clock this whole time. Yeah. We were fully in the casino in my mind. Like you're pumping in oxygen. There's no clocks.
Yeah, dude.
I'm fucking in there.
All right, guys.
I do want to like super brief after hours before we go. Like I do want to apologize.
I gotta pee.
I just want to apologize. Like I didn't mean. I feel like we're talking on different levels. When we had that breakup, and I shouldn't have pulled out of the scene.
It's okay.
Or I don't know.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. I shouldn't have lost my temper.
Yeah. I don't know what.
Well, I mean, because it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's just everyone was talking over each other, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It really is okay. Like in terms of like things that can happen in a game, that's actually that is a very controlled blow up.
Yeah.
Because we got back into the game, we still had fun, everything was cool. There's no problem there.
And then we went for 2 more hours.
And then we went for 2 fucking more hours. Yeah. There's no problem. You don't need to apologize.
I think it's really interesting where we're going. Go pee. I'll read us out because I can do that.
All right.
Well, I can read us out if you want. I've got.
Do it. Read us out. Kill it.
Yep.
Kill us all.
My mouse is dead, I think.
Oh,
there it goes. I was like, that's great timing.
Dead mouse.
Let's see. Into space.
Into space.
All right. So thank you everybody for joining us this evening. We have been playing DreadLore, a new TTRPG that rewards immersive roleplay. Tonight's game was Into Space. A lot of immersive. So y'all saw tons of immersive roleplay. The drama was here tonight.
The drama.
But yeah, in DreadLore, players use their character traits to gain control of the fiction. If the task is opposed or particularly difficult, they have to throw down.
Throw.
So basically, we're down to a skeleton crew at this point, but I am Jazzi Cabbage, also known as Cherokee Sue. Bilber Bunkum over there in the corner is our arbiter, and Kin and Dalby is in one of the other corners. We're doing like celebrity squares. I just don't know which direction everybody is.
Yeah.
We had Daniel Holker, which is Burgess.
The Holker.
We had Andrea Elliott-Johnson. I don't know why her name is so hard for me. Andrea Elliott-Johnson, who is Katrina. Max was not here, but he is Silas. And we had Drizzle, which is, come on, brain, Skip Trace. There it is. Thanks for the music. Thanks for the music, all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. Thanks to our Patreon peeps, Nostalgic, Natalia Cline, Tim Roberts, and Daniel Holker. Thanks to Couchfire Media for the production. That's where we get all our visuals. So, and thanks to Terrible Productions for whatever they do.
Whatever they do.
I think our sponsor was Fried Golf Balls today.
Yeah.
So my assumption is like the like somebody hit a really bad slice on a shot and it went in the window of the concession stand and landed in the fryer. That's what I'm imagining that our sponsor is this evening. But yeah, thank you everybody. Catch us next Monday at 7. We're never late.
Yay, soldier.
Become a citizen.
See y'all.
Become a citizen.